Joining us on the phone, she is an artist, and she's a vocalist and a musician, and she's in a band called Telomere and SeeK the Freak, and does all kinds of neat stuff. Welcome to the Church of Rock, Jay Noodle. Hello, Jay.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Just staying warm. I'm a wuss, I'm in Southern California right now. I'm sure you guys are a lot colder.
So what part of California, or what city are you in?
Currently, I'm in Santa Ana at the moment.
Oh, okay. Now, are you guys based in LA?
Yeah, well, I grew up down here, but then I moved up to Santa Cruz when I was 18, and then I was in the Bay Area for a long time. And then I actually moved to Washington for a split second, and then back down to LA area like a couple years ago.
And, I found out about... Well, I found out about you and your music and stuff from Don Bowles from the Germs and all the other bands he's been in. So you and Don obviously are friends, right?
Yeah. We met when he was spinning, and I was showing some artwork at this event, and that's how we met.
Yeah, because he hit me up. He's like, "Hey, you should check out this friend of mine, and she's talented, and you should put her on your radio show." And I was like, "All right, let me check it out." And of course, I was interested, and so here we are.
Cool. Well. Yeah, Dawn's awesome. I was actually looking for gigs when I was trying to make a little detour up to Oregon to see help a friend move his drums and everything up there. And then I was like, oh, do you know anyone in Ashland or any of those areas? And that's where I think that whole thing kind of happened.
Yeah, the connection was complete.
Yes. And hopefully next time I'll actually be in person and hang out.
Totally. So the bands and the music that you make, are you basically Telomere and SeeK the Freak? Are those your two babies basically?
Yeah. SeeK the Freak was kind of a songwriting project originally. The name and everything kind of came from a graphic novel I'm working on. And then it was a character, and then it became the name of... So I needed a name for what I was doing at the moment, and then I just had people jumping in on the sets, and then all of a sudden it turned into a collaborative project because there were so many people involved, and so it became this collective. And then I started Telomere on the side so that I could kind of be more get back more into my songwriting stuff and composing and all that. So yeah, they're both they're both my babies.
Well, aside from songwriting and composing and things like that, you're also an experimental painter, and you've been painting for a long time at different events ranging from like DIY shows to galleries, festivals, and benefits. Tell us about exactly what you paint and how that works.
Yeah, the live painting thing. Well, I've been painting my whole life since I was a baby, basically. I remember my mom teaching me watercolors when I was like 3 years old. But so I just kind of was that kid that always had little art supplies, and I didn't even have to really bother the babysitter, I guess. But in high school, I had friends that played in bands like psychedelic bands, jam band kind of stuff, and some ska bands. But then, a friend of mine in Long Beach asked if I could come and do some live art at his gig, and then I kind of came over to their practice space and started doing their poster for them, like while they were jamming. And then I was like, well, I listen to music while I have to listen to music when I paint or draw, and so it's kind of my muse to get me kind of in the flow. And everything I do is very intuitive and improv based. So music kind of generates my art and visual art. And yeah, so that's how it kind of started. I was 16, and then all my friends' bands in high school were like, hey, come bring paint. And then we do these gallery shows. We throw up like a little pop-up art show at this place called Taco Loco in Laguna Beach. And then we'd have bands and stuff. And then when I got out of high school, I moved up to Santa Cruz, and then I started mingling in the Bay Area for shows and met a really awesome record library founder, and he connected me with all these amazing musicians and different groups that through benefits like Save a Benefits and all like that whole kind of the real deal counterculture scene in
Right.
the San Francisco area. And so from then I was just on it. I was just painting at shows like twice a week during school, and when I was going to UC Santa Cruz, and just driving up to the Bay Area to the city like pretty much every weekend. And so I was doing that for like a decade, and then
Wow.
I was a closet musician for a while.
Closet musician.
I was really intimidated because I had amazing musician friends that I would paint with, and I'm like, oh, I can't play like that, like they're so good. And then eventually someone heard my recordings, and they were like, you have to sing backup vocals for us. And I was like, oh, okay. And then that's how it started. I started singing for my boyfriend at the time's band, Open House Collective, and they were like an indie rock band. And then slowly they snuck me into like playing a whole set of my songs. And then I had to have a name, so the SeeK the FreeK thing came up. And then, it all just spiraled out of control into being obsessed with live performances and the adrenaline rush of playing live. And and then now I'm just like battling the recording monsters.
Right.
The permanence of everything.
Now, have you been recording? Are you in the middle of recording something that's going to be released soon, or is this the song we're going to play? Is this something that has been released?
The song you're going to play never got released. It was from 2015 when I was working with two of my friends, and we had this trio thing going on in SeeK the FreeK at the time. And then we were going to record a whole album, but only one song kind of got done. And then there was a little bit of a hiatus after that, and we just never released it. So I was like, well, you know what? I didn't finish any of the songs that I'm going to be releasing soon are all under Telomere. It's like a whole album. So I'm going to release a single of a song that I wrote for a buddy of mine who passed away, but I couldn't rush it. I was trying to get that done for this little chat, but
you were talking about that.
I figured I'll put out the one that never got released because it deserves to be heard, and it was a pretty awesome song. I really miss playing it, but it's kind of one of those things where I guess I just don't feel right playing it without the same people. So I think eventually, hopefully, maybe it will be played again live.
Well,
but it's a cool song. So.
Well, yeah, we are going to play that right now for the audience listening. We appreciate you joining us tonight on the phones. I really am. I'm glad Don sent me your way so I can keep track of your music. We are going to actually play a tune by SeeK the FreeK for all the Church of Rock listeners. We want you to turn the radio up just a little bit louder, and you can always check out Telomere or SeeK the FreeK online if you're so inclined. And, of course, J Noodle is available on Facebook, and I really do appreciate you taking the time to give us a little info about your music and your art, and we will play your music right now.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes, it is called Pigeonholed is the name of the song, correct?
Yeah, it's a little pun.
Nice. Well, you know
how everyone gets stuck in those places.
Yeah,
and,
stay warm.
The song.
Yeah, totally. Stay warm down in Southern Oregon. Or Southern California. I can't imagine it's any colder than it is here. It's windy and cold here, man.
Bad. I lost my Northern California coat.
Uh-oh. Can't have that.
Skin coat.
All right. Well, Jay, thank you so much for taking the time, and you have a good rest of the night.
Thanks, Jay.
Yeah, you too. I'll keep listening.
Okay.
Thank you.
Rock on.
Talk soon.
Thanks.
Bye.